SMT Nation, we back. Nation, for those of you that are following along to the issues surrounding Boost Mobile, Boost Infinite, just Dish Wireless in general, this one takes another turn. I want to give you guys some important information about their activations, network access, because it could impact you today and it could impact you in the future. Link for the article as the placeholder for the inspiration of this video, androidpolice.com, link in the description explaining what Boost Mobile is under Dish. Link for that in the description. Ways to support us can be found there as well. Please do like and share this video. Subscribe if it's your first time here. Turn on the bell notifications icon to never miss an upload from the SMT. All right, folks. All indications internally, this information is coming straight from dealers and agents over at Boost. They're changing the network access intentions. So, basically, you're trying to be on Dish native network, right? The Boost network, as much as possible, right? Dish built and is building and is operating this network. It costs them less money to do that than to resell AT&T or T-Mobile access. Remember, Boost does have Rainbow SIMs, which, in that order, it's Dish. If that's not available, then it's T-Mobile or AT&T. And recently, over the last couple of years, with the contract or the agreement partnership between Dish and AT&T, we've seen that shift too. We've seen Dish trying to focus on, getting gigs of usage there instead of at T-Mobile. There's a lot of things that have happened and transpired over the last couple of years that probably, have caused that. I'm guessing the rates with AT&T are better, the pricing for Dish. T-Mobile has not played nicely with Dish, so that could be some contention there. But as of right now, the encouragement and the guidance for activations over at Boost, Dish is trying to get all those activations done on AT&T. There's a couple of different SIMs that Dish has. They have the white SIM, which is a T-Mobile SIM. They have a black SIM, which is an AT&T SIM. All right, and then we've talked about, Rainbow SIMs in the past as well. But the current guidance, recommendation, suggestion, and directions for activations, they're pushing sellers in the authorized dealer stores and channels to do these activations through the black SIMs now. So this is all kind of interesting. Boost Mobile started as T-Mobile only. Then they added AT&T later. And I think some of that became problematic. I don't know if it was activation problems or what have you. They started shifting back to T-Mobile, especially when they started selling through Amazon. I don't know if that's because of the activation portal issues or they were trying to fulfill some kind of a T-Mobile rate requirement, which I think is what's happening right now with the AT&T thing. I believe that the AT&T deal that's in place requires Dish to use a certain amount of gigs in order to have a certain rate. And if they don't use that number, then their rate is going to increase. So to me, this feels like that kind of a scenario. I'm kind of speculating there. I don't know that for a fact. I'm not even claiming that that's 100% the case. To me, I feel like it's a plausible answer to the question as to why this is happening and why Dish is doing this. Now, I would have never have foreseen this to be an issue, right? Until I thought about it kind of critically. Their customers are starting to use more native, Dish network gigs, which means they're using less T-Mobile and they're using less AT&T if they're on Dish native. And I think what's starting to happen is you're seeing some kind of a negotiation of sorts internally when they need to increase usage on a certain network because of the rates. Maybe they're kind of changing the focus and they're trying to get more gigs of usage on a certain MNO, right? So it's an interesting development that they've shifted away and then back and forth, on who they want to focus on as their activations and their roaming access. So I don't know, and I still to this day, don't really understand the methodology. I know they have some APN settings issues on iPhone, on Androids, and those types of things. The Rainbow SIM still has not become a uniformity. I don't know why. That really probably should be the standard. In fact, that probably would prevent any issues with, their customers And if you think about it, that would be the perfect scenario. You're native, it's Dish Wireless. All customers should be on that if and when it's available. AT&T and T-Mobile should be the fallback in whatever order you want to make it, right? That should be how it goes, but it's not. It's still complicated, it's still convoluted, and it's still messy. And this is why I still, to this day, you guys hear me talk about it on the podcast very often. In my critiques of Boost and Dish, it's stuff like this that doesn't make sense. You need stability, you need consistency, and you need proper organization. This feels like it's none of those things. It feels disorganized. It feels like it's a lack of direction and uncertainty, and I'm just not a fan. This should not be this way. If you're a Boost Mobile customer, this could potentially impact you in the future if they continue to change how they do this network access thing. If you're a potential Boost Mobile customer, it could impact you as well because you don't even know which network access you're getting. And it doesn't look to me like Boost wants to give you the option. They just want to assign you to a network based on what they feel like doing in a given quarter or year, based on some kind of gig usage rate plan they have with their MNOs. Go figure. All right, what do you guys think about all this? What are the complications, implications, and issues associated with this? What have you seen? What are your opinions on this? Sound off in the comment section below. While the voice of the people, the SMT Nation, let your voice be heard.